what really happened at Augusta High School?
That's how I do mine, because it's more of like a microphone thing. You just hold it. All right, what do you think?
Oh, what's up, everybody? It's PA from the Cafe Moto podcast. Today we have my boy, Billy. Billy Built, for those that don't know. And we're going to do something a little different. Today we're going to do kind of like an MTV Cribs style, what whip do you have in the garage kind of thing. And we're going to get him on the podcast as well. So without further ado, let's see what we have behind us. Door number one is a car that is near and dear to my heart. It is a Mark III Supra. Go ahead, tell us a little bit more about it, Billy.
This is a 1987 Mark III Toyota Supra. It is turbo and it is 5-speed. It's Targa roof. It's black for now. It was originally burgundy, but whoever had it before me got it painted to black. So it is like 90% stock, and I picked it up for a hell of a deal that I couldn't pass up. So it's kind of where it is right now. I haven't really done too much with it, so I've only had it for like 6 months. Got other projects that keep me busy, so.
Yeah, definitely get into those.
Yeah.
But what is the most interesting thing you've noticed about it since you've purchased it?
It is the most comfy car that I own. As stupid as that sounds, like I mean, like the wife has a 4Runner. Like I've been in a lot of cars, but out of everything that I have personally, like this is easily the most comfy, smooth driving vehicle I could say that I own. Even newer than obviously any of the newer cars as well. Yeah. But aside from that, it's very period correct, which is what I love about it. Makes all the right sounds, all the right noises. Yep. Drives smooth. It's a fun driver. Definitely a good car.
Definitely. Of course, sucker for pop-up headlights, pop-up headlight car. Come on now, you can't do any better than that. But we'll pop the hood, see what we got in here.
Yeah, let's do that. It's nothing special. It's just got some fancy red silicone, which is not my taste, but we'll swap it out one of these days. But
gotta cut to like Too Fast, Too Furious when they're all in the parking garage.
No, it's just bare bones, basic 7M GTE. This one does have the ARP studs. I don't know about any other modifications inside the motor. I'm pretty sure it's 100% stock. A lot of people like to swap out the oil pump and shim it and do all that stuff for the oiling system, because these run like 7 PSI oil pressure from the factory.
Yeah, it's bad.
It's low. I think it might even be 4 PSI. It's really low at idle. And then the SSQV blow-off valve, which is like another thing that I'm saying. It's period correct.
Yeah, like, quintessential for sure.
It makes good noises. I'm not a very big, surprisingly, I hate those blow-off valves, actually. Like, I cannot stand them. Focus owners love those things. They drive me nuts. But when I got it with this car, I was kind of like, and then I started driving it, and dude, it's just, it fits the bill perfectly. Yeah. It's so good. Along with like, I think it's a straight like 3 or 4 inch exhaust. So it's not a 2JZ, but you know, it's 7M. I'm not disappointed by that.
No.
By any means.
A lot of people are disappointed with the 7Ms. I mean, I've had 3 of these cars, and everyone hates the 7Ms, but like you said, as long as the biggest thing is replacing the head bolts and going to the ARP.
Yes.
Toyota's head gaskets have always been the best. So head gaskets usually, typically head gaskets usually aren't an issue, but yeah, those ARP head studs is like the go-to thing. And shimming, no pump, man.
Yeah, sometimes it gets a little bit too much. A lot of people will skip on that. But I mean, this thing even has, it's even got the factory front mount intercooler in it still. So
yeah,
my end goal for the car really is to like okay, so hear me out. It's 1990, but we have standalone ECUs readily available, and E85 is readily available.
Yep.
So you get all these new cars out on the market. People buy, you know, Coyote Mustangs or BMW M3s nowadays, F80s and stuff. Mm-hmm. And the first thing they do is flex fuel and tune. But what happens if you did that to a car from 1980? I mean,
wake it all the way up.
Yeah. See what they can actually do. Like, so many people hate on these motors and stuff. Like, I think if you do the simple things, bulletproof them, and I think it'll be solid.
Yeah,
Especially,
for sure.
I think E85 is kind of like uncharted territory. I mean, people have done it, like 500-600 horsepower on stock 7M, but I think it's kind of like uncharted territory. But I think
the biggest thing I would say usually is I think it's like a C26, the turbo. I see it still is the original
Yeah.
turbo. It still has the Toyota stamped on it.
Yep.
But all right, let's go to the next
On to the
one.
next one.
On to the next one. What do we
So
got here?
this is one of my longtime children. This is my 1990 Honda CRX. I have had this car for probably 12 years now. It is currently B20 swap with a Type R head and Skunk 2 Stage 2 cams. Don't actually know how much power it makes, but it should be right around 200, just over 200 horsepower, which the 2,000-pound car, like, it's perfect. This
power
car,
to weight.
yeah, dude, this thing puts such a smile on my face. Like, it's not really about, like, obviously it's a Honda. Like, nobody, well, back in the day, everyone hated on Hondas. Like, I saw the brunt of it driving this thing around every day for, 5-6 years. And it was like, nowadays, everyone wants one. It's just one of those cool cars. You pull up to a gas station, you got guys in their 50s asking you, like, hey, would you sell that? Me and my buddies used to ride to school back in the day. And those things. Like, I love it. It's good.
So since you've had it that long, have you been able to do everything that you can fathom to do to it? Or do you still got plans?
No. Engine transmission wise, this will probably be kind of the state of it. Like, I might pull out the rods and pistons, go with the high compression setup, but as far as engine setup goes, this is it. Switch to a standalone computer eventually, but car's eventually gonna get a full restore. I want to pull the engine, transmission, gut the interior, probably even pull out the windshield and just do a full restore on the car. Like,
Glass out, respray.
It's got rust in it in some spots, like swap out some panels, weld in some new metal. It's going to be a lot of work. So, but everyone's told me, I've had people tell me over the years, because this car was down for a long time. And I had people tell me, you're not going to do anything with that. Just sell it, or I'll take it off of you, or just sell the freaking Honda, do stuff with the Z. And it's like, I can't. Like, there's something about these cars that really just
hold on to it.
It gets me going a little bit. I can't say no to them. I love it.
You don't put like a GSR motor in it or anything like that.
What do you mean?
Or a Integra Type R motor, C5 or
it's
C1.
It's a 2-liter. It's a B20 with the Type R head, so it's essentially.
Oh yeah, the head's what matters.
LSV tech. No. I think these cars belong NA. Like, this thing's, if anything, it'll be an autocross car.
Yeah.
Just a stupid, clean autocross car that build in my garage. Like, hopefully. We'll see how it turns out, though,
Okay. So we go on to the next one.
The next one. Old Reliable.
Old Reliable. Everyone needs an Old Reliable.
Kinda. This one.
Everyone needs one.
The Subaru is one that many people hate on.
Yeah.
Because, it's a Subaru. It'll spin rod bearings. It'll lift heads. It'll blow head gaskets. Don't turbo it, because it'll definitely become unreliable. But
what's been your ownership life with it?
Dude, honestly, the only thing I've had go out on me, actually fail, was a throwout bearing at 70,000 miles. Their car has 104, 105,000 miles on it now, and I've done basic maintenance. I changed the spark plugs, I think, at 90,000, which you're supposed to do at 70 or 80. So if anything, I've been lacking on maintenance with it. But everything else is all original. It's NA. I actually am piecing together a turbo kit, going to pick up a hot side tomorrow. So in the near future, it won't be just a basic BRZ, but that was my end goal when I bought the car. I wanted to be that 50-year-old dude. You ever see those 50-year-old guys driving around a 240 SX, or 60-year-old man, and you're like, God, that thing's clean as fuck. What's that old man doing with it?
Yeah.
I want to be that guy. But with this is like a modern day 240 SX.
It is. I've heard they're pretty snappy.
Snappy. Every engine you can think of has been swapped into them.
Yeah.
Their modifications, the aftermarket support is fucking crazy on these things.
Yeah, everywhere. I like the TRD wheels on it.
Yeah. I got those for free, actually.
Hey, if it's free, it's for me. That's what I say. You can't beat free, baby.
Yeah. No, it's just, it's
Sweet.
very basic. Wheels, wheel spacers, some K-Sport coilovers. It does have a catch can in it that a buddy of mine custom made. Other than that, it's 100% stock. Oh, and an exhaust. Just a catback. Perrin, which they don't make
Perrin.
anymore.
Wow.
I think it's one of the best sounding exhausts for these cars.
Perrin was like, you see Subaru, WRX, STI, whatever,
Perrin.
you automatically see Perrin.
Yeah.
So.
No, I think last time I looked up this exhaust, because I did an exhaust video with this car and a buddy's car, because this is equal length and his car was unequal length.
Yeah.
This was like 8 years ago, and I went to look up this exhaust recently. I couldn't find it anywhere. So I'm just going to hold on to it. And that was the plan. Buy once, try once, right?
Yeah, exactly. All right, well, let's go to would you call it
my pride and joy.
Pride and joy?
Pride and joy, I guess. Well, unless you're talking about this behemoth.
Nah.
That's just an extra.
Everyone needs a tow rig. Everyone needs a tow rig.
If you're a car guy, I think I've come to the conclusion it's necessary at some point.
Yeah.
Necessary evil.
So, what do we have here?
So, this is my 1994 300ZX. Like many of them, it is in a million pieces right now. I ran into a bit of an issue with the motor, but it has been an ongoing project, and the majority of I would say my best work goes into this one, and a lot of my trial and error stuff ends up going into the CRX, which it works out better that way because the CRX is much cheaper to modify and mess up than this car is.
That is very true.
But no, I would say this is my oldest car that I've had.
How long you had this one?
I got it in 2000. So the story behind getting this one, I got it on April Fool's Day, 2010. And don't get me wrong, I kind of thought it might have been a joke at first because it felt very surreal. I was working at a pizza place, and I actually had a CRX that got into a car accident. I got hit head on by a drunk driver at like 11 o'clock at night, and the CRX turned into a tin can. Long story short, I took the money from that and was able to buy this. So it was a bit of an upgrade, but I didn't realize the maintenance that would come along with this.
Oh,
and
yeah.
the cost of said maintenance. So making $8 an hour at a pizza place and owning a twin turbo Z was less than, it wasn't optimal. So, but yeah, no, I still have it. I've just kind of carried it along with me to this day, and last engine setup, it made close to 900 horsepower at about 20. Well, it spiked 28 psi of boost, then would fall off, and then we had boost leak. So it didn't make more than 840 on the dyno. It spiked 900. So we just go with 900 because
got a 900
internet horsepower, right?
Got a 900 horsepower Z here.
Yeah. So, but no, I'm rebuilding it. Obviously, last go around, I did everything right here, all the way from pistons, rods, stock main bolts, stock main caps. But it's got T56 swap transmission. I try to get the best of everything else to go into it. Like the whole mindset behind this car, this build is take what you would do and the amount of money that a lot of people spend on like a Mark IV Supra or a GTR. I mean, I don't have anything close to that kind of money, but take that mindset and put it into this car, which I think is where a lot of people fall short on these, because people won't think twice about spending $10,000 to make 1,300 horsepower on a 2JZ.
Yeah.
But you hear $10,000 for a motor on a Z32 and people lose their mind.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I never thought about it like that.
Yeah.
Which you could spend. I mean,
ask me how I know.
You could spend that type of money.
Yeah.
Really quick on one of these, for sure, and not be done.
But my last motor was a basic. Paid $300 for a used set of rods and pistons that lasted me 6 years and made 800 plus horsepower. So I have zero complaints. And actually, even though I haven't showed that yet, but the crankshaft broke, split the main caps, split the block, but the rods and pistons that were in there, my $300 set of rods and pistons still look straight.
Wow.
I think I would send them off to a machine shop to get them line honed, and I could probably reuse them, no problem. But they look good still. Very good.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it, I guess.
Yeah. But nope, next go around, we're bulletproof in it. It'll be 1,100, 1,200 horsepower car.
I was gonna ask you, do you have like a horsepower goal on that, or is it just
So-
what it makes is what it makes?
I don't really set horsepower goals per se. I ultimately want the car to be a 9-second street car with AC that can drive to the track, run the time, and drive home. Don't really care how much power it takes to get there, but I think the timestamp says a lot more than a dyno sheet, because you can manipulate dynos all day long, but you cannot
correcting, all that. Yeah,
you cannot manipulate a time slip at the end of the day.
Yeah,
And that'll tell you the ultimate truth.
that's true.
So.
All right, so we're gonna end this section of the cars and garage. I don't know what we're gonna call it yet, but
PA Cribs.
yeah, the car crib chronicles.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah. There you go.
But appreciate it, Billy, and we're gonna go straight into the podcast. So make sure you check that episode out as well.
Do
it's
it.
Your boy PA from the Cafe Moto podcast, and also say thanks to Manny behind the camera because I couldn't do this without him. Check out Billy Built on YouTube. His things over there on his car.
Hit it up. Hit the like. Hit the subscribe. Be jealous. See ya.
All right, I'm here with Billy Built
Yo.
in the Supra Mark III, baby. We're going to take
yeah.
a little rip, see what this thing's all about.
Just a little drive.
Ooh. He's right that this thing is super comfortable.
It's just a smooth running ride. I mean, it's like, I feel like that old man that just has like his old ass like Camaro. It's stock. It's nothing crazy fast, but he don't care. It's just clean.
Let's see what this thing can do, baby.
This is a pretty cool little street we live on too, because he's a car guy. He's a car guy. This guy paints cars in his front yard.
Hell yeah.
Guy up here I actually work with at the shop, not this one. He's a retired car guy.
So not too many complaints.
He's got a Mark III
Okay.
and the G35 and a Mazda Speed 3. And then this guy has some old cars also. And this guy's got a 57 Bel Air.
Ooh.
And then the guy next to him is actually a drift guy, from my understanding. I've never met.
I'm going to move in here.
Yeah,
We're
dude.
filling a hole here.
See his old Bel Air in the garage and his shop back there. Everyone's got a shop but me.
Soon.
Soon, this year. Legit. And we got people building these like barn dominiums.
Ah, okay.
Pretty cool. That, I mean, obviously they just built that one, but. Is this door open? I think my door's open still. Ooh.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. She's good. Get some flip up lights. Hell yeah.
Gotta have the flip ups in the 80s cars.
80s cars, man. Gotta love them.
Oh, she's smooth, man.
Yeah. No, it's good.
She feels good.
The only thing that's a little odd with this is when I took the Target top off once since I've owned it, and it's really weird because it almost like throws off the balance of the entire car. Like I actually
Really?
picked up like a little bit of a vibration at about 40, 50 miles an hour with the roof off.
Really?
Yeah. So as far as structural integrity goes, without the
needs-
roof, it pretty much needs the roof there.
Right, right. A little spice for your life.
A little bit. Some nice like curve, like a little bit of a curvy road up here.
I was gonna say, I bet you this thing cuts corners real nice.
No, it doesn't actually. Yeah, it's a boat.
Alright.
It's a boat.
Oh, interesting.
I don't have the best like suspension on the car either, so there's that. makes all the right sounds though.
It really does. It sounds so good in here.
Yeah, it's good. I mean, I want to upgrade the turbo, but I want to basically keep the same size turbo. So ultimately, probably upgrade to like a 60 millimeter, but it'll still be a CT26, which is the factory turbo. So just pull the turbo apart, put a billet wheel in, obviously hone out the turbo housing and throw it back together. I got a guy. I know a guy.
All right. Definitely want to hear that when that's done.
Yeah. Oh, I'll just turn around here.
All right, now we're entering Mexico.
Yeah.
No, she does make all the right noises, though. I'm sure.
It's good. That's why I was like when I first got it, it had a really nasty oil leak from the valve cover of all things.
Mm-hmm.
But no big deal there. So just swapped the valve cover gaskets out, threw it all back together, and it's got a little bit of an oil leak still, but it's not near as bad as it was.
Just love that.
It's good, man.
I just
good.
love that. I'd waste so much gas if I had something like this.
But you see what I mean? Like the blow-off valve isn't. I mean, it's loud, but like
it's not obnoxious.
It's not obnoxious. Also, I think it depends on how you drive the car too.
Okay.
Like I said, Focus owners earlier, like those guys will sit in a parking lot and rev their car just to hear the blow-off valve. Like you can't do that with this one.
Man,
it's good though.
what exhaust did you say was on it?
Oh, I didn't even say. I think it's just a straight 3.5 or 4-inch exhaust.
Okay.
Maybe even 3-inch. It's a Monza muffler, something like that. It's a cheap muffler too. It's nothing crazy. I don't even think they make them anymore.
I haven't seen Monza in a while.
Yeah. See, that's what I said. I'm like, oh, I feel like this is an old Supra brand. And then I looked them up, and I guess they're just a cheap. I don't know. Like, I don't even think they sell mufflers anymore, or they did. I don't remember the details. It sounds good. That's all I care.
Yeah.
Like I have zero desire to change out the exhaust on this.
No, I think it's a good sound. It's not overbearing, and it sounds good in the cabin.
Exactly. I mean, granted, we're not going over like 50 miles an hour, but even on the highway, there's no like drone or anything like that. So it's cool. Yeah. I love this thing though. I wish my Z was running for you guys. Maybe next time.
Yeah, we'll have to come back, man. Get an update later on in the year, see where you're at.
Yeah, do like a 1 year in review.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
If the motor holds together that long again.
Right.
I think next time, I'm hopefully building the motor next time to stay together long enough to where I can just pull it apart every couple of years, refresh it, and throw it back together. You know, check over everything, make sure everything's still good.
Right.
Change the bearings, so on and so forth. Hopefully this car with another like 150 horsepower, I think it'll be just right. That's all it needs.
This car is sick. I don't care what anybody says.
Yeah, it's good. It's good.
I love like the little interior panels.
Yeah. Oh, dude, like, and shit like this, ooh, like, perfect phone holder. Like, who needs a 7-inch screen? You just, bing. And it's still got like the ball chiller down here. I don't know if you're familiar with that. But these older cars, yeah, it got an AC vent down there.
That's cool.
See if I can do a flyby behind the house so Peter can hear.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I don't think the car doesn't do anything like outstanding. You know, like it's not super fast, it's not, brakes suck on it, like the suspension isn't that great, it's heavy, but it checks all the right boxes at the same time.
No, I mean, this I could see where you could just have so much fun with it.
Yeah.
All day.
All day. It doesn't matter. It just puts a smile on your face.
No, this was a good pickup.
I thought so.
Good little offer you sent over.
Hell yeah.
Well, we're back. Thank you so much, man. That
Hell
was
yeah.
cool.
Glad you liked it.
Yeah.
So when are you
it's been
getting
a
one?
while. I mean, when are you selling this one?
Oh, I don't know about that.